Hey, good morning. It's Barry with Growing Roots Farm. Got a beautiful morning here in Kentucky. The weather's perfect right now, but just wanted to catch you up on our chickens processing, or not chicken processing. That's a whole different video that I don't really like doing, but the chicken moving and our process behind that. Let me clarify. All right, so we've got. For those of you that have been watching for a while, we rotationally graze all of our animals, including our chickens. Our chickens are moved right behind our one cow and our goats. And we move them here on average here lately, we've been moving them about every 3 days. Our sheep, we still move consistently every 2 days. They work well in that system. The goats and our cow, we move typically around every 3 days. And then the chickens follow up right behind them and just kind of keep going in that pattern. But let me show you some of the move. So we got some of the chickens over here. Because we have ducks, we could just go with the water. See how the ducks there at the water? But we do have a couple of those little plastic cheap pools that, especially here in the summertime, we will fill up for the ducks. And they get in it and have a good time, but it gives them a little bit of a water source. Fortunately, right now we're close to the house, so we got easy water hookup right now. But our chibbit just gets pulled. We use I forgot we still got the mower in here. We got the mower that we move the chibbit with, and then the other chicken tractor is gonna, it moves. It doesn't move very well. It's the wheels did not hold up on it. They just, the weight of the number of chickens that go in there, it did not hold up to the weight. So I think the next one I build, we're planning on replacing this chibbit with a larger scale chicken tractor, eggmobile, whatever you want to call it. That's going to be on a wagon chassis. I think it's only like on a 12 or 14 foot wagon chassis, so it's a small wagon chassis, but it'll fit everything we need for all the chickens, and it'll have a lot more nesting boxes, a lot more options. But what I wanted to show, so we've got Duke over here is kind of cleaning up some of it. Duke, hey boy, say hi, Duke. Duke's he's a yellow lab and Great Pyrenees mix. He's a 50-50 Great Pyrenees yellow lab. He's a good boy. So we had just moved from down there. The chickens were just here. So let's see, the cow and the goats were here, or we call them Ferdy and the goats. Ferdinand, Ferdy and the goats were just here a few days ago. We moved Ferdy and the goats over here, I think 3 days ago. The chickens moved to there, so the chickens just follow right behind them in line. So right now, I'm not going to walk the whole way down. Let's do that. So now we're working our way back down the hill. We got Ferdy and the goats there in the next paddock. We make it to where that fence line right there is a connector or an opening, so that we can just open that up and go on to the next system. So the Ferdy and the goats, after a few days, will move to the next paddock on down the hill that you can't see, and then all these chickens and the ducks will move to where they're at right now. The grass is still tall. Some of the stuff is still really tall. Most of it's been trampled down. You can see most of it's been trampled down by Ferdy and the goats. So they've trampled most of it down before we bring the chickens in here. Chickens don't really like the tall grass, and I really don't like having them on tall grass. I'd rather have chickens on almost more on like what you would have like a high setting on a mowed yard. They do well. I just wondered what the ducks were doing. I forgot we got the garden hose running and the runoff's going right there. Ducks are going crazy, even though they have water right behind me. Silly things. But that's, just wanted to keep it up. Let me show you here. We're still liking our Premier One nesting pads for the nesting boxes. Sorry ladies, we have had several broody hens lately. They've been causing some issues with some of our egg production. We've got other nesting boxes we got to set up because the broody hens are kind of messing with our egg system. But what I wanted to say is that these nest pads are still doing really well. They were perfectly clean every single time we came up here or came down here to get them, until we started having broody hens. And when the broody hens came along, they started messing in here more. They weren't leaving. They were staying in here to go to the bathroom and do everything because they wouldn't leave the eggs. So we've been having to clean them out a little bit more. But once they're done being broody, I don't have any doubt we'll be right back to where we were with the nesting pads being pretty much spotless all the time. That's how they had been for really 8 weeks. So right around 2 months, they've been pretty much spotless every time we've gone in there. With the occasional exception of maybe an egg broke by accident and yolks on the nesting pad or something like that. Anyway, just wanted to give you a quick run around of the eggs. You know, we're selling our eggs at market, and we also give to a lot of family and friends. But we're involved in some farmers markets that we sell our eggs at, and we just wanted to show people how we're treating the chickens and the ducks and everything else we got here. We're keeping them grazing, keeping them on fresh ground, and they seem to have a pretty good life, or at least that's what we're trying to do for them. And the meat we get off of the animals and the egg production, the food quality is really hard to beat. But either way, talk to you all later. Thanks for watching. Leave me a comment and like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Have a good day.